What's up, y'all? Randy here. Negative, toxic people always underestimate you. A lot of times, when a toxic person walks into a room and they read and scan the room, they're looking for the individual that's more reserved. They're looking for somebody that's more low key, maybe quiet to themselves. Now, they interpret this as a weakness. They look at this as this person lacks social confidence, or they're weak because they're not trying to elbow everybody to get into the center of the room to get all the attention because they think that's a position of power. But you, on the other hand, a lot of you don't seek external validation. A lot of y'all, you learn at an early age that you really can't depend on other human beings for your fulfillment, for your validation, or for your confidence. Maybe that's through family trauma or dysfunction, right? Different traumatic experiences that you had throughout childhood. And at an early age, you really recognize that you cannot seek validation, love, or security from human beings because you see how flawed and imperfect people are. You see the trauma and the dysfunction, right? You've seen how surface level and how fickle people are. Maybe you've been betrayed. So you've been through the fire. You've been through the fire. You realize I'm not looking for people for anything. You learn how to be psychologically and emotionally independent. Now, toxic people don't like this because they can't control that type of individual. See, a negative, toxic person who wants to control you, maybe they might be an outright narcissist, right? They have to find an insecurity or instability in you to utilize that and pull on it to control you. So they seek people that are looking for external validation. They scan and they try to find someone that's insecure, and they're seeking something from someone else to make them feel better or to make them feel fulfilled or secure, right? But they don't understand you. They never came across you. That's why sometimes you might get a comment of, you're different. I never met somebody like you before. That's because they never ran across a person that they couldn't control, that they couldn't manipulate. That's why I teach on mastery, self-respect, governing yourself, sovereignty, because you have to become the type of person that these individuals run away from versus the type of person they run to, because they'll try to ruin your life. But when they first come across you, when they interpret you as reserved and to yourself or more chill and more grounded, they say to themselves, I don't believe this. You're probably not like this. So they go, and everybody that's around you, they try to manipulate. They try to manipulate your circle. They try to gossip. They try to talk. They would try to go on a smear campaign to ruin your image, to ruin your reputation. Again, they take you being reserved, chill to yourself, or even quiet. They take that as you being fragile. So they think the gossip, turning everybody against you, constantly talking about you, bashing your name behind closed doors, they think this is gonna break you. They think this is gonna reveal the weakness that's always been in you in the first place. They think this is gonna expose you and make you blow up to be who they're going around saying you are. But the negativity always backfires. The negativity actually makes you stronger, because the minute it happens, right, you start picking up on it. You start seeing the subtle social adjustments. You start seeing the responses in people. Some people might start looking at you differently. The people that once hit your phone a lot, they kind of go silent, they kind of go quiet. You know what's happening? They're trying to isolate you. They're trying to remove all the support that they saw you had. They're trying to make people think negatively of you so that all your friends and your allies and your connections will be gone. And in their mind, this toxic person's mind or toxic people, In their mind, they're setting a stage for you. You're like, yeah, like you're in a play, you're by yourself, you're on stage, and there's nobody applauding, there's nobody saying anything. This is a form of humiliation to isolate you and to make everybody look at you, and just watch and observe how you respond to all this. Because they think what they're saying about you is true, even though it isn't. But they don't realize that you're really good by yourself. They really think that this is, you're not like this. They think you're faking. They think you're really insecure and you're hiding those insecurities behind being reserved or trying to be chill or trying to be to yourself. They think you're hiding, but they don't realize you've gone through so much fire and you've learned to be good by yourself. You've learned to validate yourself. You've learned to love yourself and really operate from a place of attraction, meaning you're attracting people, things, and opportunities to you, and you're not chasing and running up behind trying to tell you. A lot of people are used to being chased up after. People are used to people chasing up after them, trying to be liked by them, trying to be validated, or a group, more so a group. They're used to people trying to chase up after them so that they can belong to the group. But when they see you as the person that just walks right past them, they're like, wait, what is this? Nah, they're not like this. So these people, what happens is, man, they end up embarrassing themselves. They end up embarrassing themselves because they can see that you're really good. And life does not stop if they don't like you or they convince other people not to like you or to stay away from you. Life just keeps going for you. You keep going up. You keep doing better. You keep glowing. You glow up even more. You shine brighter. You have more success. And these people, they're sitting there and they're witnessing you accomplish all that you're accomplishing. Still living life, still being happy, still showing up despite them attempting to turn everybody against you. So now they get embarrassed because they see that you're completely the opposite of what they've been going around saying you are. But here's the trick though. Here's the thing, right? They really embarrass themselves. They're not embarrassed by you, but they really end up becoming the person that they try to paint you as. What they try to do to you ends up happening to them. So now, not only do they see what they've been saying about you is wrong, but they also, the circle around them, everybody, those same people that they try to convince to stay away from you, something wrong with you, you're crazy, they're not like that, they're crazy behind the scenes, they're just wearing that mask of being reserved and chill, and everybody else ends up seeing it too, fam. Everybody else ends up seeing that, nah, you really are cool, you just chill. You really good, you just operate off of a different vibe. You're not the person to chase and run up after people. You don't seek external validation, so you don't try to be the loudest person in the room, which is usually the most insecure one. They can see that you really chill, you just move differently. So everybody that they try to convince that something was wrong with you and that you're faking it and you're not really this person that you seem to be, they step away from this individual, this toxic person. They don't want to deal with them. They cut them off. They block them. They remove themselves. They unfollow them. They whatever, right? They remove themselves from this individual because they see how wrong they were in trying to paint you as this negative person, as like something was wrong with you, or maybe you're crazy, or you're bad, you're evil, you're wicked behind the scenes, right? But that's really them. And people are seeing that they are everything that they try to paint you as. So they disconnect themselves from them. Now they're losing the allies. Now nobody wants to talk to them because they see, oh, you're just going around talking about people, trying to make people look bad, and it's not even true. I'm not rocking with you. Don't talk to me. If they see this person, they cross the street and it just ends up backfiring and you keep rising. And the people that once got pulled in by these manipulative narratives, the people that once got sucked into that game, that toxic game, they're seeing you for who you are too. But it's not that you need it, but the truth is just lightening everything for you. Because people are seeing the truth about you. You get your just due. Some people are coming into you to be allies. Some people are coming to work with you. Some people you have admiring you and respecting how strong and grounded you are, and seeing that all the negativity that you've been through didn't break you. They're respecting it. They're respecting you. They're admiring you. They're applauding you. They're rooting for you because they see how much wrong has been done to you. You understand me? So let these toxic people, let them just beat themselves up. They never beat anybody. They end up beating themselves. They try to beat you down into submission because they think that going around talking about you or trying to exclude you is going to make you like beg to be with them or beg to belong to this group. Again, they don't understand you're a different breed. You're a different type of individual. And a lot of people can't fathom how you can go through so much trauma or dysfunction from your childhood through your life, and you just you use it as alchemy, and you use all that stuff to become the best version of yourself. And instead of crashing out and going crazy and losing your mind, you build strength, you build wisdom, right? You gain wisdom, you fortified yourself. You're calm, cool, and collective when most people that have went through what you went through would have been lost their mind and went crazy, right? That's because you're different, and they realize you're a lot stronger and wiser than they thought. And all the negativity backfires, and they end up being in a position that they try to put you in. Isolated, untrusted, seen as untrustworthy, not respected, and irredeemable. They try to put you in that box, but they end up falling in the box themselves. They try to dig that ditch for you, but they ended up falling into the ditch that they created for you. I like to let negativity bounce off of me. You know what I'm saying? You have to let negativity bounce off of you because you have to vibrate so high that the negative things people try to do, these toxic people, they can't even, they could try to jump, they could try to get a bungee, they could try to get springs, whatever they try to do, they can't get up to where you are because you vibrate too high to let that type of negativity, small-mindedness, and toxic, energy get to you. Just let it backfire. And at the end of the day, when you're walking in truth, right? This is why I love to teach people to be grounded in your truth and to keep being yourself, because when you are yourself, eventually people are going to see the truth. But if you try to fight against the narratives that's created about you, you look guilty. Because why are you trying so hard to defend yourself? Because if nothing was wrong or what they're saying is a lie, you would feel no need to rush and say, hey, y'all, nah, they lying. Let me tell you my story. When you stay in your truth, you win. You win with silence. You win with consistency. Consistently showing up and just being yourself and doing what you would already do if this situation and this circumstance if this wasn't even here in the first place. Just keep being you, keep being consistent and being in your truth, because everybody's going to see everything eventually. And the truth is going to expose their lies, and it's going to expose your realness. It's going to expose who you really are. So just keep vibrating high. These people, they can't get to you, man. It's so funny how they end up in the worst situations because they try to ruin your image or ruin your life. Some of these people might try to sabotage you, right? Keep vibrating high. Don't let the negativity get to you. Peace.